Welcome to Puckett Fieldhouse, Fayette, Missouri. This is Charlie Brown. We have action for you as I will get stuff off my screen in just a second. It's the Hannibal-LaGrange Trojans in town, 1-3 on the. For Hannibal, their starters go like this. Number 2, Roger Guardiola, a 6-foot junior guard from Girona, Spain. Number 4, Michael Hood, a 5'10 junior guard from Advance, Missouri. Number 13, Logan Dorothy, 6'7 junior center from Hamilton, Illinois. 23, Wyatt Ward, a 6'3 junior guard from Hartville, Missouri. And number 35, Grant Peters, a 6'7 junior from New London, Missouri. On the other side for the Eagles, who have just come out onto the court, their starters look like this. Number 1, Kyle McDermott, a 6'3 senior guard out of Frankfort, Illinois. Number 11, Jaden McGrew, 6'3 sophomore guard out of Garland, Texas. Number 15, Amir Pettiford, a 6'3 junior guard out of Newark, New Jersey. Number 23, Fodi Kamara, a 6'6 senior forward out of Queens, New York. And number 24, Chandler Bevins, a 6'7 junior forward out of Cahokia, Missouri. So those are your starting lineups for both sides. Hannibal averages 67 points per ball game. The Eagles average 74 per ball game. So the Eagles with a little more firepower perhaps, but it is early in the season, and then not everybody has been healthy all the way along. And Coach Sherman has had to deal with injuries and contact COVID and all these different things that are happening this year, which makes everything a little more difficult to do. But Jeff Sherman is your head coach of the Eagles in his 36th season. Assistant head coach Matt Sherman, graduate assistant Brent Schuck. For Hannibal, they are coached by Jason Durst, and his assistant coach is Tim Hickman. So those are the starting lineups for both sides. As we get set to go, we've got a little over 2 minutes to go, and we'll just keep it here, and we'll run ads as the ball game progresses. I am solo again tonight. I will be your only voice you hear on the broadcast for the most part. And I'm also producing the game, and I hope to grab some replays for you all so you can see what's going on the floor, and we'll be able to do that as time permits. Hopefully we'll be able to show them timely enough that they won't be 2 or 3 minutes later than the play actually happened on. But it is what it is, and we're happy to do what we can to get this up and going. So we'll take everything off the screen and just put the score back up on the screen, and I think that's really the only thing that we need to have up there at this present time, as you see our cameraman panning back and forth to make sure everything is in frame, as we've only got a minute and something to go. Our next ball game from here in Puckett Fieldhouse will be on December the 10th when Baker comes to town. That will be a doubleheader. As I get to my sheet to tell you that. Yeah, Baker will be here. It'll be a 5:30, 7:30 women's game at 5:30, men's game 7:30 tip. So we'll have that for you on the 10th. That's the next home game for the Eagles. We'll have the prayer here in just a moment, then the national anthem, and then we'll have the introduction of starting players, and we'll go over those for you again as we get ready to go, as the Eagles get ready to take on the Trojans from Puckett Fieldhouse in Fayette. The announcer will come on in just a second and read the sportsmanship statement from the Heart of America Conference. And then we'll have the opening prayer and national anthem, and then we will be ready to go with the introduction of the starting players. Again, with the COVID, it is a very limited group of fans here tonight, and in fact, it's even more limited than normal because the student section is pretty empty because the Central Methodist has chosen to go their last week of school before finals virtually, which is this week, and then finals next week. So there are no students other than athletes on the campus right now. So we've just got a few of the women basketball players down in front of us, a couple of parents, and it's pretty much a pretty limited number. But we're going to have the prayer and then the anthem, and we'll be back with the starting lineups in just a moment.
Almighty God, you have created us to strive for our best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you today in all we do on and off the court, and make us witnesses to your glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Prayer and anthem done, and we're just about set to go.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's now meet the starters for today's contest. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Hannibal-LaGrange University Trojans. Starting at guard, a 6-foot junior, number 2, Roger Guardiola.
Roger Guardiola, 6'2" guard, out of Girona, Spain.
At center, a 6'7" junior.
Michael Hood, number 4, a 5'10" junior guard from Advance, Missouri. Logan Dorothy, 6'7" junior out of Hamilton, Illinois. And number 23, Wyatt Ward, a 6'3" junior from Hartville, Missouri. And number 35, Grant Peters, a 6'7" junior from New London, Missouri. Now the starting lineups.
It's time to introduce tonight's starters for your Central Methodist Eagles.
For the Eagles,
A 6'3" senior from Frankfort, Illinois, number 1.
6'3" senior guard, Kyle McDermott from Frankfort, Illinois.
6'3" sophomore from Garland, Texas, number 11.
Number 11, Jaden McGrew, a 6'3" sophomore guard from Garland, Texas. 15, Amir Pettiford, a 6'3" junior out of Newark, New Jersey. 23, Fodi Kamara, a 6'6" senior out of Queens, New York. And number 24, Chandler Bevins, a 6'7" junior out of Cahokia. So there are your starting lineups. We'll get that off your screen, get your score put back up there so you can see what's going on as we are just about set to go. There we go. So it's McDermott, McGrew, Pettiford, Kamara, and Bevins for the Eagles. It's Guardiola, Hood, Dorothy, Ward, and Peters for the Trojans. Central in the green uniforms tonight. Hannibal in the gray. It'll be Peters and Bevins to tip it off, and we're just about set to go. And the opening tip is won by Hannibal. This is Hood with the basketball. We get acclimated to the players. That's Hood with a 3 straight up. Off the rim, no good. And Kamara with a rebound. Gets it ahead to Pettiford. Bevins in the corner. Pettiford. McGrew, top of the key. Kamara. McDermott's got a three lined up in the air, halfway down, and rattles back out. And Peters with a rebound. Hood, Peters, Ward. That's Hood again underneath. Peters gets it back underneath on a nice give and go, up and in. And the first 2 points of the ball game go to the Trojans. McGrew, Kamara, Pettiford. McDermott had it halfway down. Bevins, give and go. Puts it up, can't get it to go. Tipped around, and out comes Hood with the rebound. As Bevins gave it back to Pettiford, and it would not go. So this is Michael Hood with the basketball. To Dorothy. Peters. Back to Ward. Inside it goes Peters again. Double team. Kicks it out. This is Guardiola with a three straight away. Good. And a quick timeout call by Coach Sherman. 5-0. And we're a minute and a half into this first half of play. And Coach Sherman is going to have a conversation with his players about, I'm sure they were told about who needs to guard who away from the three-point line. I will give you some information. Let's see on Guardiola. He averages 7.5 a ball game. Hood is their leading scorer at 14. Then Logan Dorothy at 13. Grant Peters averaged 10.5. Guardiola 7.5. And Wyatt 5.5 are the starters for Hannibal-LaGrange. McDermott averages 13 to lead the Eagles. Up to second, Bevins leads the team with 16.1. This is McGrew down the lane, dips it off to Kamara. Turnaround jumper too hard, won't go. Rebound by McGrew. McDermott from where he just missed a three, hits a three. McDermott had first three halfway down and the rattle back out. That one was all net, and it makes it 5-3 as we're 2 minutes into this ball game. Little left-hand runner there by Ward. No good. Down with a rebound is Kamara. McGrew, left corner, going to go baseline underneath. Kick it to McDermott in the corner. Hits another three. Back-to-back threes, and the Eagles have a lead at 6-5. Want to make sure that I say hello to Alan Sherman out in Colorado. Coach Sherman wanted to make sure that I said hello to his dad, so I have done that for him. Glad to have you watch. We know you're watching every single ball game, as are the entire Sherman household clan out there. So we appreciate you being on the broadcast and watching our ball games. This is Hood with the ball. Inside it goes. Bevins with a steal. Gets it to McGrew before he steps out of bounds. Here comes Jaden McGrew on the run. Step through. Going to be called for a travel as he took one little extra hop on the way to the hoop. So McDermott has 13 points per ball game. Bevins 16, Kamara 11. So three players in double figures average-wise for the Eagles. This is Guardiola. Ward with the ball. Guardiola back in the corner again. Hood. Back to Guardiola. Peters inside on a switch. Puts it up, has it blocked from behind, out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock. Hood will take it out. Here comes Guardiola around a double pick. Jumper on the way, in the air, no good. Tipped around, and Bevins comes down with a rebound. 16:30 to go here in half number one. McDermott going to take it to the hoop, kicks it back out. McGrew spins, can't find anywhere to go, turns around, puts a jumper up, won't go, but he's going to be fouled and go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Can't be 34. There is no 34. How about 35? They're waiting to figure out who that is because there is no 34. McGrew's first free throw, no good. And they change it to 4, which is good. Or for Hood is the foul. This is Pettiford at the free throw line. He makes 1 out of 2. He's a 57% free throw shooter on the season. Guardiola brings it up. Wyatt. Peters top of the key. Two players for Hannibal run into each other underneath the basket and slows everything up a little bit. Hood, left alone, thought about taking it, doesn't do it. Kamara with a steal. Ahead he gets it to Pettiford, lays it up and in. Amir Pettiford, and a quick timeout goes the other direction now. So with that quick timeout, we'll take one also. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
So Hannibal got off to a quick 5-0 lead. Since then, a 9-0 run by the Eagles had them up 9-5 here in the first half, just over 4 minutes into it. Hood, Peters top of the key, long way from the basket. Ward, Guardiola, who's hit a three. Watched by Pettiford. Into the ball game is David Brown, number 5. Ward. Underneath, Brown lays it up and in on a nice pass by Peters. That stops the 9-0 run and makes it 9-7. McGrew wants a clear out, and it goes out off of him, out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover. And the ball will go over to Hannibal. Guardiola. Hood. Ward. Brown. Peters on the floor. Everybody's touched it. Back over to Ward. Peters. Elbow against Bevins. He's got a weight advantage. Not necessarily a height advantage, but a weight advantage. Puts it up. No good. And out of bounds. It will be Central basketball. Kamara gets it in. 9-7 Eagles. McGrew. Kamara underneath, going to turn to the hoop, turns back in again, can't get it to go, fights for the rebound, can't get it to go again, tipped around. Now Bevins has got it, and he gets it to crawl over the front of the rim. His first points of the ball game. He leads the team with a 16-point average. He had 19 points in the first 9 minutes of the last ball game that the Eagles played here. Brown with a three on the way. Back of the rim, no good. 3 Eagles. And it comes off. Pettiford. McDermott, quick three. Won't go, but Bevins with a rebound. Can't find anywhere to go. Gets it back to McDermott. He's going to take a runner down the baseline and get it to go. Kyle McDermott with 8 in the ball game. And it's a 13-7 advantage for the Eagles. Guardiola with a three in hand. Going to try and find a way to get to the hoop. Brown back to Guardiola. Going to pull it back out and run it again. Wyatt Ward with the basketball. Peters top of the key. Ward, Peters on the roll. And there will be a foul inside on the Eagles. No basket. And it looks like it's Amir Pettiford. His first foul, first team foul. Trent Lyles gets ready off the bench to come in at the next dead ball for the Eagles. Ward down the lane, left-hand scoop, up and in. His first 2. Everybody but Hood has scored. It's on the floor right now. And I think he's their leading scorer. Pettiford almost has his pocket picked by Hood. McDermott. McGrew. Bevins coming to give a pick. McGrew around it to the hoop, left-handed, lays it up and in. Jaden McGrew. His first 2 points of the ball game. 15-9 Eagles. Brown left wing, right in front of the Eagle bench. Top of the key, Peters, where he likes to operate. He's a good passer. Ward with a three on the way that doesn't draw anything and goes out of bounds. Logan Dorothy returns. Trent Lyles in. McGrew checks out. Lyles not a big scorer, 4 points, but he handles the ball very well and rebounds well. Pettiford, Bevins, looking for Kamara coming around. He's got it on the baseline. Got Brown on him, spins baseline, comes back up, off the glass and in. Fody Kamara, his first points of the night. Brown hands it back to Guardiola, back to Brown. Hood, Ward, Dorothy. Guardiola, ball fake, goes left, tries to dish it inside. Kamara comes out with it. It's 2-on-1. He and Lyles. He steps through, takes it to the hoop, lays it up and in. Fody Kamara, end-to-end, steal, layup. 10-point advantage for the Eagles as they've gotten off. They've gotten off to good starts. They've gotten off to bad starts. They have one good half. They have one bad half. They have a good stretch. They have a bad stretch. Looking for some consistency is Coach Sherman. Brown. Dorothy. Ward. Going to take it to the hoop. He just did that and missed. Now he kicks it out 3 in the corner to Brown. Is good. David Brown's got 5 off the bench. 19-12. McDermott going to take it to the hoop. Puts it up. Fouled on the way there as he made a quick move. He's a lefty, but he went down the right side. Made a quick move. No fakes. No hesitation. And he's going to take it to the hoop. He's going to go to the free throw line. He is a 78.6% free throw shooter. Foul goes on Guardiola, his first, team's second. First one comes up short, no good. Austin Fisher checks in. And Marcus Anthony will wait to come in for McDermott at the next dead ball. There it is. 9 points for McDermott. Anthony checks in. Coach Sherman going to his bench, bringing in a couple of new sets of legs. 3 new sets as Fisher's on the floor. Lyles hadn't been out there long, and Anthony. Dorothy with the basketball. As Hannibal's gone smaller and quicker as Peters is out of the game. Ward, Hood, Brown. Back to Hood. Into the corner it goes. 3 on the way from Ward, no good. Long rebound comes out to Lyle. He runs it 3-on-3. Goes right at Dorothy, lays it up and in. Or right at Brown, rather. And another timeout called by Hannibal. That'll be their second timeout that they've called so far, 10:39. And it's a full timeout, so while they do that, we'll let you hear one more thing. Good thing about Central Methodist University here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We're back, 22-12, 10:39 to go here in this first half of action. Kyle McDermott with 9 points, goes to the bench for a quick rest. On the other side, David Brown's got 5 to lead the Trojans in scoring. As of right now, Hannibal shooting 41.67% from the floor. That's 5 of 12. Central shooting 60% from the floor, 9 of 15. Rebounds 12-2 in favor of the Eagles. Horn blows. We're ready to get back to action. Brown, Hood, Bryce Stark in the ball game. Also Ethan Bray into the ball game. That was Bray that had it there. Hood, Brown, and Dorothy on the floor. Anthony, Fisher, Lyles, Pettiford, and Bevins on the floor for the Eagles. Bray, pass inside. Errant, and out with it comes Bevins. Gets it ahead to Lyles. Gives it back to Bevins inside. His shot is blocked by Dorothy. Logan Dorothy with the block, 23 on the shot clock. Plenty of time, 10-11 to go as we approach the halfway point of this first half. Pettiford, Lyles, back to Pettiford. Ball fake, spin move to the hoop, up and in left-handed over Brown for a basket. Pettiford with 5 now in the ball game, and it's a 24-12 advantage. Bray and Hood work to get it across, and they do. Brown now right wing. Had Dorothy underneath all alone, and he's still alone. And he's got a guard on him, so they need to figure that switch out pretty quick, except Lyles almost steals it. Into the hoop, basket, and a foul on Marcus Anthony as Ethan Bray, a 6-foot junior out of Macon, Missouri, gets his first 2 points of the ball game, and he'll go to the free throw line to try and finish up the 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and he does not as Bevan gets a rebound. Fourth rebound of the ball game already for Bevins. Lyles inside. Pettiford looks to deal on Brown. Left hand again goes up. This time it won't go. And down with a rebound is Stark. Back to Stark. Brown. Hood with it. Stark with it. All the way over to the corner to Brown. He's got a 3 from the other side. Passes up on that shot. Hood. Stark with it. Tries to turn down the lane. Can't. Gets it now down the lane. Puts up a little bank shot. Won't go. Bevins with another rebound. Pettiford brings it up the court for the Eagles. Lyles looked at a 3. Not going to shoot that early in the shot clock. Bevins. Pettiford. Lyles now has a 3 squared up and hits it. Trent Lyles, his first points of the ball game. Nope, make it 5 points in the ball game. He had a basket earlier. 27-14 Eagles. Dorothy with the basketball. Wants to go against Bevins. Tucks it and banks it off the glass and in. Logan Dorothy with his first 2 of the ball game. Fisher, Pettiford, Anthony. Bevins on the baseline, spins, reverses, comes back to the hoop, lays it up and in. Bevins has got 4, balanced scoring by the Eagles. They're led by Kyle McDermott, who's on the bench right now getting a break. He's got 9 early in the ball game. Brown, Logan Dorothy, jumper up, won't go. Lyles skies for the rebound. For his size, he's got some hops. Bevins inside. Anthony clears out. Bevins to the baseline. Fisher, take it to the hoop, banks it up, no good, and Logan Dorothy with the rebound. Hood down the lane, puts up a little jumper and gets it to go. His first points of the ball game. He averages 14 in his first points. Lyles splits the defense, goes into the lane, kicks it out. Rivers, corner, Anthony with a 3 on the way. Doesn't draw anything. Bray with a rebound to Dorothy, and it's 2-on-2 headed the other direction with Hood. Pulls up, fires a 3, can't get it to go. Pettiford with the rebound. Amir Pettiford. Anthony, he's good at going to the hoop. Lyles just hit a 3, he's going to take it down the lane, lay it up, and good. Lyles with 7 off the bench. Brown, Stark, good. Cutting Brown down the lane, turns baseline, can't get any room to go. Logan Dorothy with a 3 from straight up, good. He's got 5 in the ball game. We've got 5 substitutes getting ready to come back in. 3 for Hannibal-LaGrange. 2 for the Eagles. Anthony to the hoop, kicks it to the corner. Pettiford with a 3 on the way, round and no good. Dorothy with the rebound. Anthony almost picked his pocket. Quickly down the floor to Bray. Good. Brown straight up 3. Settling for 3s. Some go, some don't. Here comes Fisher on the run. Looking for who he can get the ball to. Had Bevins going, but he got covered, so he just takes it to the corner and kicks it back out. And a timeout call by Central. As Coach Sherman sees something he does not like and wants to talk about it with all that time left on the shot clock. We want to thank our corporate sponsors for their continued support of CMU Athletics: MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, AirLink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. We appreciate those folks helping to make these broadcasts possible for you here on the Eagles Sports Network. Community Auto Sales and Service is a one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. From brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repairs, batteries, and state inspections, they have everything and can do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporters of Eagles Athletics. And finally, AirLink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider. Family owned and operated with coverage options in Sheraton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for info on all of your internet needs. We thank all of those sponsors for making this possible. That's the way we can do this and get it on for you. Hope you enjoy the sights and sounds of the ball game because, quite frankly, if I be quiet during the timeout, you can hear Coach Sherman talking to his players because there is probably a grand total of, I'm going to say, 30 people in the gymnasium that are not over on the other side as players, coaches, or trainers or anything else. The fans are not out en masse. McGrew back in the ball game. Jumper from him, no good. But there is Chris Orozco into the ball game with a rebound. McDermott back in as well, and Fodi Kamara back in. Anthony McDermott with a long three. He had the hot hand before he went out, and he continues with that. He's got 12 in the ball game. Ward. Peters back in the game. Stark with it. Peters back top of the key. That's where he operates from as he likes to pass from there. Dorothy looks for a cut. Can't find it. Pulls up for a jumper. Going to be short. McGrew battles and gets the rebound and runs it up the court. Anthony on the baseline. Loses the handle on it, but it's knocked out of bounds by Wyatt Ward. And it will stay with the Eagles. And I guess we're really not going to save timeouts any tonight. Central calls a timeout with a score of 34-21. Again, we'll be back here for a women's and men's doubleheader on the 10th as Baker comes to town. In between now and then, the Eagles will have conference games on December the 2nd at Evangel. That's a doubleheader. And in the 5th, which is Saturday, they will be at Park University, which that is also a doubleheader, and then back here for the Baker game. But the schedule is very fluid this year. Some dates have been built in for the eventuality that a team can't play because they're in quarantine or whatever the case may be. So you're going to see, you're just going to have to keep checking the website as the Eagles will update it as things progress and things change. Coach Sherman says it's just a matter of time before it's going to hit the Eagles. It's going to hit everybody, he says, and there's not a thing we can do about it. So, again, the rest of the students are gone. The only students on campus in Fayette are the athletes right now. It'll be Central basketball underneath their own basket. 4:37 to go. 13-point advantage with the ball. Biggest lead of the ball game and the basketball in hand. That's McGrew, top of. McDermott, another three on the way. He feels it pretty good. Can't get it to go. Kamara loses the handle, tips it out of bounds. It'll be Hannibal basketball as he was battling Logan Dorothy. Guardiola back into the ball game. Wyatt Ward to the hoop, left hand, puts it up, can't get it to go. Orozco with a rebound. McGrew to Phil Cicero into the ball game. First appearance for him. McDermott called for a travel as he was trying to figure out how to get to the hoop in a hurry. He's called for the travel. Eagles shoot almost 45% from the floor, and right now they're shooting 53.8 from the floor. Dorothy kicks it back out. Guardiola. Peters inside against Orozco. Guardiola from the corner can't get it to go. McDermott with a rebound. Ahead to Cicero, 1-on-2. Steps through, puts it up, can't get it to go. Orozco running the floor, gets the rebound. Got it on one end, gets it on the other end. Kamara with a jumper off the baseline, can't get it to go. And Ward with the rebound. That's Ward with it right there. Stark, picked by Peters. Down the lane, he's going to continue to go. Kicks it out. Back into Peters inside against Orozco. Puts it up, can't get it to go, and a late whistle. Underneath official didn't hear the outside official blow his whistle, and he called a travel on McDermott because he started walking with the basketball, but there is a foul on the play. Looking to see foul goes on Chris Orozco, his first personal foul. Michael Hood back in. And number 11, Jacob Day, makes his first appearance. Day, a 6'6 freshman from Brookfield, Missouri. Second free throw, no good. Cicero with a rebound. Cicero is a 6'3 junior from Millville, New Jersey. That's him with the basketball. Looks pretty quick. Gets it to the corner. Kamara. McGrew going to set it up. Here comes Orozco around the pick, into the corner. Cicero left-hand three on the way and good. Biggest lead for the Eagles at 15, 37-22 with 2:38 to go here in half number one. Ward, Peters top of the key, which is where he is most of the time if he's not posted up inside. Ball tipped by McGrew, but contained by Hood. Guardiola back inside to Peters now. Underneath it goes. Wyatt Ward missed it as he was contested by Orozco down the lane. And a travel going to be called on McGrew as he did a jump stop and was held on to. And Guardiola is down on the floor. Stark will check in for him. Stark is a 6'1 freshman from Monroe City. A lot of Missouri flavor. Northeast part of the state for a lot of these young men. Palmyra, Brookfield, Monroe City, New London, as Guardiola, not Northeast Missouri native of Spain, Girona, Spain. So Hood brings it up the floor. 2:07 to go here in the first half. Stark inside to Peters against Orozco. Not going to push him around. And there's a travel, and it's called as Jacob Day tried to figure out how to get to the hoop, but he takes an extra little bounce step, and he's called for the travel. And that gives it back to the Eagles. McGrew. Pettiford tells Cicero to move. This is McDermott coming around. It's jumper from just beyond the free throw line, no good. Orozco battles underneath, gets it and puts it up and in. Chris Orozco, his first bucket of the ball game. Biggest lead at 17 now for the Eagles. Jumper won't go, tipped around, and Orozco tips it to McGrew. On the run, ahead to Pettiford. Cicero tries to go to the hoop. Roscoe thinks about a 19-foot jump shot and thinks better of it. McGrew going to pull it out with Stark on him. 15 on the shot clock. Goes around to pick, goes down the lane. Puts up a little floater that won't go. And Day with a rebound. Inside to Peters. He's not going to body Roscoe out of there. He turns a couple of different times. Can't get it to go. Tipped around, and Peters is going to run it down. And they're going to reset. Hood, Day, Ward. Peters. Roscoe picks his pocket. Needs to give it up to somebody, and he does, but he gives it up to Ward instead of trying to get it to his teammate. Day with a three on the way, backs up and hits it. Jacob Day, his first points of the game. Shot clock off, play clock off, 14 on the shot clock. 39-25, fast-paced first half of basketball. Bench is counting it down. McGrew from the corner, a three won't go, and that's how the half will end with a score 39-25. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back and see if we can't run you up some statistics of some sort. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes here on the Eagle Sports Network. We're back. It's halftime, 39-25 in favor of the Eagles. Got off to a slow start as Hannibal-LaGrange scored the first 5 points of the ball game. Then the Eagles went on a 9-0 run to make it 9-5. Have not trailed since then. And they're up 14 here at the half. Also, I thanked Rachel Moore for her help as the SID. Also want to thank Natasha Wilson, the AD. That's not her official title here, but that's what she is in part. And she and Dr. Roger Drake, the president of Central Methodist University, have done a fine job in the last couple of years of building the programs up a little bit. Since Dr. Drake has been here as president of the school, all of the sports have gotten better because he pushes for the athletic teams to get better and provides what they need to get to that point. And, evidenced by the fact that the Eagles have back-to-back national championships in men's soccer. The women's basketball team last year was on the way to the national tournament, literally on their way. They were leaving the next day when everything was shut down in March by the COVID outbreak. So they were on their way to the national tournament. Baseball has done well. Football had a winning season this year for the first time in quite a while. So things have picked up around the campus here in Fayette with victories and whatnot. The women's basketball team did really well last year, lost almost every single player, only returned like 2 players off last year's team, and they've picked up and they've started out 3-1 on the new season with a new bunch of women doing things, and then they've got a whole bunch that are going to be eligible at semester. So they got some more bodies coming in that might be able to do some more help for them. So it's an up year, even with everything that's going on. The last couple of years here at Central have been good years. They won the Commissioner's Cup or Chancellor's Cup or whatever it was called last year. That goes to the school with the most points from athletics based on where you finish in the heart during the course of the season. They were well ahead of everybody when the COVID outbreak hit, so they won that award as well. So things are on the upswing on the campus. Record enrollment this year for them. First time in a long time that they broke their record for on-campus students. And I will tell you how far they have come. Their on-campus students are a lot more than their total number of students. When I was here a long time ago, there was 700 students maybe around, and now there's over 1,100 on campus. So I also want to make note of, when I'm talking about enrollment and recruiting and all of that, that the Central Methodist family sent their condolences out to Braxton Rethwich's family, longtime member of the recruiting staff here at Central Methodist, spent 52 years at this fine institution, In fact, he recruited me to come to school at Central Methodist when I was coming out of high school, and I talked to him. That was 1973 that I talked to him, and he got me to come to school at Central Methodist, and he passed away yesterday, so condolences to his family as the school mourns the loss of an icon who spent 52 years here, and I think that is the longest tenure for an admissions person in the long history of Central Methodist University. So Braxton Rethwich passes away. Great loss to the school. Condolences to his family. We're just about set to go. It will be Central Methodist basketball to start this second half. And look at that scoreboard that's up on the screen right now. And I'll take your feedback. We'll get it. You can get it to Rachel Moore, whether you like that one or whether you like that one better. Logan Dorothy loses his footing, not called for a travel. Stark, 6 on the shot clock. Peters on the floor. Kamara gets it, ahead to McDermott. Behind the back, going to go to the hoop. He's a lefty, banks it up, can't get it to go. Foul call, late whistle. And Kyle McDermott will go to the free throw line, where he is an 87% free throw shooter. I said that in the first half, and he went 1 for 2. 12 points in the ball game for McDermott. 3 threes, a 2, and a free throw. First free throw is good. 13 for him. 48-30. Second free throw also good. 14 for him. 10 for Chandler Bevins. 2 players in double figures. Lyles with 9, knocking on the doorstep. Dorothy. Ward looking inside for Peters. Gets it to Dorothy instead, top of the key, and a foul on Pettiford as he tried to slap the ball and just pretty much hammered Logan Dorothy. Second foul on Pettiford. Wyatt Ward gets it in. That's Starks. Back to Hood. He's going to go underneath the basket. To Dorothy underneath. Lays it up. Good, and he's fouled. Logan Dorothy up strong to the hoop. 7 in the ball game for him. Foul goes on Trent Lyles, his first. Dorothy at the free throw line to shoot 1. %82 free throw shooter, doesn't go. Lyles, Kamara, Pettiford. McDermott straight away 3, open look, hits it. Kyle McDermott was 17. He's 5 for 9 from the floor. And 4 of 7 from the three-point line. 20-point advantage now. Peters inside. Nice play by Bevins as he couldn't get to it on a cutting Dorothy underneath the basket, but he kicks it out of bounds. 20 on the shot clock. Hood to bring it in underneath his own basket. Peters out to the corner. Stark. Ward inside to Dorothy. Nice pass. Beats his man, scores. He's got 9 in the ball game. Pettiford with it. Pick from Bevins. Lyle's going to go baseline, try and give it up, but he throws the ball away, tries to get it back. Stark has it, going to go to the hoop, pulls up, jumper on the way, and good. Bryce Stark, 5 points for him. Pettiford. Bevins in the corner. Kamara on the baseline, tries to go lane-wise, can't up and in. Rolled up and out and then back in. Kamara was 6 in the ball game. well below his average of 11. Ward. Peters inside. He's always the relief valve to get the ball out of there. Kicks it to the corner to Ward. He's going to go baseline. Ward's going to kick it back out. Hood with a three on the way, won't go. Tipped around, and we'll have a foul called on the floor, and I think it'll go against Kamara. First personal foul. Team foul number 3. Nobody in foul trouble to speak of. Trey Meany into the ball game for the first time, number 4, right in the middle of the lane as you look at it. Hood. Peters against Bevins. Peters in the corner, gets it to Dorothy, going to take it to the lane. Bevins with the block. Lyles picks up the loose ball. Bevins hustles down the floor, block on one end, got it back on the other end. Looking for space. Lyles with a 3 lined up, too hard. Nice rebound by Pettiford, gets it to Meany. And we'll go back out. Pettiford with the basketball. 10 on the shot clock. Crowd starts to count it down. He lays it in off the glass left-handed. He is a lefty, goes that way, and the lead's back to 20. 7 points in the ball game for Amir Pettiford. Stark, Peters, Logan Dorothy around the corner to the hoop, jump stop, banks it off the glass and good. He's got 11, double figures for him. McGrew back into the ball game. Lyles, Meany, Pettiford, and Bevins on the floor for the Eagles right now. McGrew, Bevins, going to feel like a hot hand, trying his third three of the half. That one comes off no good. Ward Wyatt with the basketball. Hood, Michael Hood with the basketball. Peters into the corner to Wyatt Ward all the way across. Hood's got a 3 lined up from the corner and makes it good. Michael Hood, 5 points in the game for him. He averages 14. The lead is 15 right now. Oh, nice thought by Pettiford as he tried to pass it to Lyles in the corner, but it hit the net on the way and slowed it down and was picked off. Peters, a lot of people open. Doherty takes it around there, loses it, and out comes Lyles with the basketball. Going to take it to the hoop, can't get it to go. But there's Pettiford on the fly, going to be tied up, and it will be Hannibal basketball. Phil Cicero back into the ball game. David Brown back in, and Jacob Day back in for the Trojans. And 35, Jacob Moore makes his first appearance. Kyle McDermott also going to come back in. So McGrew, McDermott, Kamara, Moore, and Cicero on the floor for the Eagles. Hood, Stark, Day, Brown, and Peters on the floor. That's Peters with the ball. Throws it right to McDermott. He's going to go to the basket. He's left-handed, and he's going to take it there on the fly. Going to be fouled. And on the way up, and he'll get a couple of free throws. Foul's going to go on Michael Hood, I believe. He's got 3 personal fouls. As I said, nobody in foul trouble. Now Michael Hood has 3. McDermott 3 for 4 from the free throw line so far. He's going to have 2 more that he can shoot. He's got 17 in the ball game. Make it 18. After the ball game with Benedictine the other night, Coach Sherman talking to his Stead in the locker room. That one comes up short, but Kamara gets the rebound. And now McDermott hoists the 3 on the way, won't go. Peters had the rebound, and there's going to be a foul call. One of the things that Coach Sherman talked about in his post-game talk was the fact that they're only scoring 60-some points a ball game. Their losses are all low-scoring on their part ball games, which makes some sense. So with 13 minutes to go, they've got 57 right now, so they have picked up the scoring pace a little bit. Dorothy inside, back out to Hood. Day. Hood. Ball fake gets him an open shot, can't get it to go. Kamara battles for it. Dorothy almost had it, throws it in. McGrew with it to McDermott. And the roll, he gets the roll on the basket. He's got 20 in the ball game now. Back to an 18-point advantage. Brown, Hood, Day, Stark, and Doherty. Everybody touched it but Doherty there. There's a jumper on the way. Contested, can't get it to go. McDermott with a rebound. And he brings it up the floor. Underneath to Moore. Back to McDermott. Cicero. McGrew. McDermott feeling three times. Can't get it to go that time. Cicero almost had the ball, but Hood comes out with it on the run. Today, almost taken away. Brown with a three from the corner, can't go. Stark with a rebound. And Hood going to back it back out. Stark right wing against McDermott. Hood against McGrew. Stark with a three, comes up short. Moore with a rebound, gets it to Cicero. Phil Cicero on the move. It says Cicero on the program is 6'3". He does not look 6'3". McDermott into the corner. Kamara going to bring it back with 9 on the shot clock. They start counting from the bench. Cicero steps back, puts it up. No good, partially blocked. Stark gets the rebound. The loose ball to Hood. And a pass inside for Stark. Goes over his head, out of play. Austin Fisher in, Cicero out. 10:50 to go. McGrew across half court. Fisher back to McGrew. He takes baseline. Corner to McDermott. I don't know why they'd leave him alone. He's been hitting threes all night long, and he's got another one. He's got 23 in the ball game. That would make him 5 of 9 from the three-point line. I don't know why they would leave him alone. Dorothy tries to get it today. Can't find him. Stark inside for Day. Too long, too high, too far, and out of bounds. Ethan Bray, Wyatt Ward back into the ball game. For the Trojans, McGrew. Coach Sherman says, try this side. Fisher with a three from the corner. Can't get it to go. And Brown with a rebound. 21-point advantage, biggest of the ball game for the Eagles. Ward. Bray. Day down the lane. Gets a shot blocked by Moore. He tried a scoop shot. Moore was under his arm, came down and blocked it out of bounds. And we're going to have a timeout. So while they do that, we'll take a quick break and let you hear something about Central Methodist University here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Back at Puckett Fieldhouse, fast-paced ball game. We're halfway through the second half. 62-41 in favor of the Eagles over the Trojans of Hannibal-LaGrange. 9:41 left. Logan Dorothy leading scorer for Hannibal with 11. also their leading rebounder with 3. Kyle McDermott with 23. And Jaden McGrew with 5 rebounds to lead. Looking to see, because I thought that Chandler Bevins also has 5. That I would say I thought he would have more rebounds. Bray, Logan Dorothy, Wyatt Ward. And that's Jeff Salmon in the ball game. Ward with a little jumper, 4 points in the game for him. So Salmon in the ball game as well. And that's him with a 3 from the corner and good. Jeff Salmon with his presence felt early, comes into the ball game and immediately hits a 3 ball. Eagles shooting well from the 3-point line. Well overall period. They're shooting 50% from the floor. Little jumper there, won't go. And Kamara with a rebound. Ahead to Fisher, into the corner. Salmon with the same shot, same result. 6 points off the bench in about 20 seconds. Dorothy with the basketball. Gives it to Ward. Moore switches off him. Back to Dorothy. Up and in, and a foul on Jacob Moore. Basket will count.
Number 13, Logan Dorothy. Eagle foul, number 35, Jacob Moore. That foul is his first.
First foul on Moore. 15 foul against the Eagles, only 2 on Hannibal here in the second half. Dorothy's free throw is good. He's got 14 in the game. Kamara, Salmon, Fisher, McGrew. See if Salmon likes to take a shot from somewhere other than the corner. Into the lane. Fisher puts it up, can't get it to go. Saves it from going out of bounds, but it hit back into the hand of Bray. 3-on-3. Ward tells Bray to back up and get the ball. Gives it to him. Day, Brown. Back to Day. Pass to Dorothy underneath. He's got a little height advantage, but everybody wanting to travel, but nothing called. Bray with 10. Day pulls up for a 3. Can't get it to go. Fisher with a rebound. Ahead to Moore. Can't get it to go as he was bothered by Ward. 7:30 to go. Chandler Bevins getting ready to check back in, as is Amir Pettiford. Bray from the corner with a 3. Can't get it to go. Moore with a rebound. To McGrew. It's up and down the floor. Kamara going to take it right to the hoop. Puts it up and in. And a dunk. And a timeout call. And let's see if we can get some part of that for you. Let's see if we picked up enough of that on the end of it. There he goes in. 2-hand flush there by Fodi Kamara. As we will keep it here. 70-46. 7:06 to go. And the Eagles will be back home on December the 10th when the Baker Wildcats come to Fayette. A couple of road games in between then and now, as they'll hit the road for Evangel and then also for Park University before they come back home. And I am looking to see, and then they are home on the 15th against Missouri Valley, and then that will be the Christmas break for them. And we'll see if the Eagles can manage to get Rain Hartman back from South Africa. He's back home and can't get out of South Africa right now. We'll see if he can make it back for second semester. He is a 6'11 junior.
Substitutions for the Trojans. Number 4, Michael Hood. Entering the contest for the Eagles, number 10, Trent Lyles. 15, Amir Pettiford. 24, Jeff Bevins.
Bevins, Pettifor, and Lyles check back in for the Eagles. Hood back in for the Trojans. They're trying to run everything through Logan Dorothy right now. He's got the ball, going to spin from Bevins, put it up and in. He's got 16, 70-48. 6:38 to go. Pettiford fakes the hand to Salmon, gives it to him in the corner. Fisher, Lyles, pick from Bevins coming, goes the other direction away from it, down the lane, kicks it out. Salmon in the corner to Fisher, who misses the three, rims out on him, and Brown with a rebound. Fisher, Salmon almost picks the pocket of Ward to getting the ball, long pass, but the Trojans hang on to it. Brown with the ball out front. Dorothy looks inside. Can't find anybody. Brown back to Dorothy. That's where he's been doing his business right there, and he's looking to do that again. Bray. Ward looks for a pick. 1 on the shot clock. Gets it off. Shot clock violation. Salmon had the rebound. McDermott checks in. Austin Fisher going to check out. Kyle McDermott back into the ball game with his 23 points. So Lyles brings it up across midcourt. Sedalia, Missouri boy, local. Close enough. Pettiford down the lane. McDermott in the corner, but a foul called on the pass. That's only team foul number 3.
Trojan foul number 5, David Brown. That foul his first.
Fouls on Brown, his first. Peters gets ready to check back in.
Peters, number 3, Harrison Askey.
Harrison Askey also checking in. Askey is a 6'5 freshman. Pettiford. Lyles going to pull it back out with 10 on the shot clock. Lyles gets his shot blocked right to Hood. Runs it out 3-on-3. Finds Bray. Ward looks inside. There is Hood underneath. Reverse layup good. He's got 7 in the game. Again, he averages 14. He's halfway to his number. Salmon around a Bevins pick. Bevins again. Going to go baseline against Peters. But Peters grabs the rebound on the missed shot by Chandler Bevins. Ward. Sure, Coach Sherman would like to see his troops finish strong here. They're up 20. Play a full game of basketball. Hood with a long three, won't go. McDermott with a rebound. Ahead to Lyles. Tries to cross over, but he has this pocket picked by Bray. It's 2-on-1 the other way. Bray puts it up and in, banks it in. He's got 4 in the ball game. Pettiford, Salmon. Salmon with 2 threes in the ball game right after he came into the game. McDermott, he's got a 3 lined up. Halfway down, backhand, and rolls off, no good. He's had a couple of those tonight that have been halfway down and spun out. Chris Orozco getting ready to check in. Stark getting ready to check in for Hannibal. Bray, Ward. Ward with it again. Hood inside, looks for Peters, can't get there. Baseline, got Lyles on him. Peters going to go against Bevins now. 1 on the shot clock and a foul called. McGrew checks back in. Orozco comes in. Lyles out. Bevins out. 1 on the shot clock when the foul was called. They get a new 20 seconds. Down 18 with 3:31 to go. Bray. Peters. Wyatt Ward. Salmon on him. Askey. Bray pulls up for a 3. Can't get it to go. Tipped around. Salmon saves it from going out of bounds. Pettiford on the run. Kicks it out. McDermott's going to put another 3 in the air, and that one he hits. He's got 26. And a timeout call by the Eagles with 3:01 to go. And I think Coach Sherman wants to emphasize finishing this thing strongly and not letting their 21-point lead evaporate much. He wants to see a full 40 minutes of effort from his team. He's had ball games this year where they've played not very well in the first half and really well in the second half, but they got so far behind they didn't win. Then they've had ball games they've been ahead in the first half and then trail and lose in the second half. So he's looking for some consistency from this group of young men. Because out of the players who have played tonight, and I think there have been 11 of them, maybe even more, 12 of them. From last year, Jacob Moore was here last year. And Trey Meany was here last year. And Kyle McDermott was here last year. Everybody else is pretty new. New to the program. Women's basketball team here. They're down in the front talking and whooping it up for the men. Askey to inbound the ball. Stark will bring it up. Ward, Bray, and Peters, the other players on the court for Hannibal. Stark all the way underneath the basket. Kicks it out to the corner. Tipped around. Comes out. Salmon one on. Pettiford had it underneath. Thinks better of it. Gets it to Salmon. McDermott with another three on the way. And he's just knocking his numbers up. He's got 29 in the ball game. It's a 24-point advantage for the Eagles. Bray, Peters, Askey, Stark, with McGrew on him. Salmon closes out on Bray before he can get a shot off. Peters spins, left hand up and in. Nice soft touch. He's got 7 in the ball game. Doherty's got 16. He's the only player in double figures. To the basket. Counts. And going to the line is Kyle McDermott. He has 31 now. Getting ready to shoot another free throw. Day and Brown come in. Peters and Ward checks out. Jacob Moore back into the lineup. Pettiford checks out. Coach Sherman looking around. He says Marcus Anthony. Go to the scorer's table. And a timeout called. 30 seconds, so we'll stay here. 78-54. McDermott with 31. Bevins with 10. And those are the only 2 players in double figures for the Eagles. Everybody else has got a couple. Trent Lyles has got 9. Fodi Kamara has got 8. So pretty balanced scoring other than the 31 for senior Kyle McDermott. He's going to go to the line and shoot for point number 32 in the ball game. He's had 65 points on the season coming into this. He's got 31 in this, so he's almost increased his scoring by 50% in this game. He's got 32 now. And McDermott will check out with his 32 points. Marcus Anthony into the ball game for the Eagles. For this last 152, Bray, Askey, Day, all the way over to Stark. Askey in the corner with Brown out on him. Looks like zone defense now by the Eagles, and Salmon's got to go to steal, and he's going to go to the hoop, lay it up, get it blocked, and Moore with a rebound. Orozco back out. Anthony. McGrew, and he's going to run clock. 19 on the shot clock. To the corner it goes. Moore thought about a 3, passes it up. Orozco Salmon with a three from straight away, no good. But McGrew gets the air ball and puts it back up, but can't get it to go. Day with the rebound. And Hannibal's got the ball with just over a minute to go in the ball game, trailing by 25. Stark. It is a zone now as the Eagles are going to play a little trap and go. And there's a steal by Orozco right to Anthony. Ahead to Salmon. Tries to pass it back to McGrew, but it's knocked out of bounds with 45.8 to go. Trey Meany back into the game. And Jeff Salmon will check out. And I know from some of the Facebook posts last time that the Salmon family was having a watch party. Hope you enjoyed that 30-second burst by Jeff. Meany with a three from the corner trying to get on the board. Can't do it. Anthony with a rebound. Goes to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Foul call with 33.5 to go in the ball game.
Trojan foul number 3, Harrison Askey. That foul his first.
Askey with the foul. His first foul.
Marcus Anthony.
Marcus Anthony at the free throw line. 78.6% free throw shooter. Looking for his first point. Rattles off the back of the rim. No good. 79 points on the board. Coach Sherman talking last Saturday, about the lack of offense. He's got 80 on the board in this ball game, and he's going to get a win out of this. 3 seconds difference between shot clock, game clock. Day, or Brown, tries to pass it inside. Day then tries to pass it. It's knocked out of bounds. Match up and play man now. As Brown gets it in to Bray. Day, back to Bray. McGrew picks his pocket, takes it down, puts it up, and dunks it. Seven and a half seconds to go. Going to walk it up, and we'll show you the McGrew dunk when the horn goes off here right about now. There's your final score, 82-54. And here's, well, we would have shown it to you, but our cameraman wasn't paying attention. We apologize for that. Apologize to the McGrew family that we missed the dunk. So there's your final score, 82-54 in favor of the Eagles. Kyle McDermott with a big night as finishes up with 31 points. 9 points for Trent Lyles, 8 points for Fody Kamara, 7 for Amir Pettiford, 6 for Jeff Salmon. Looking to see what else we've got. 3 from Phil Cicero, 2 points from Chris Orozco, and 2 points. Got to be more than 2 points for McGrew, but regardless, it is 82-54. Hannibal led by Logan Dorothy with 16, the only player in double figures. Again, a couple of road games before we get back to action here at Puckett Fieldhouse on December the 10th. So your final score, 82-54. Eagles go to 5-3 on the season. Hannibal falls to 1-4. That will do it from Puckett Fieldhouse on the campus of Central Methodist University. This is Charlie Brown thanking you for watching. We'll be back here on December 10th. Come back then. Check out the scoreboard and upcoming events on the Central Methodist website, as there's all kinds of reserve games and everything else going on. But that will do it from Fayette.